think it said that it like us together was like 7 or 8 weeks. I know you've seen us every other week, but actually being together.
Yeah, we missed each other because
we have.
I've been traveling, she's been traveling.
Oh my gosh.
It was COVID world forever today, and as soon as it could open up a little bit, everybody's like, bye!
Off the island.
So we got off the island, and everybody else came to the islands.
I think they have.
Like 35,000 people per day coming to Hawaii.
I've never seen so much traffic.
I know, it's pretty crazy.
Well, maybe I just forgot.
Well, we're going to jump right into this, guys. We love you. Thank you so much for understanding our every other week drop of Fiona and Tisha. Maria Durso wrote me. I had to just throw her down because I love you. She's like, where is my Fiona and Tisha?
Oh, I know. It's so sweet.
So for the summer, we're going to continue every other Tuesday. And then you are going to be really quick getting rid of some kids.
Oh my gosh.
For the first time ever.
Just for like 6 hours, 8 hours a day? No, 6 hours, I think. I know. I'm on the precipice of such a massive season.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. So
because
3.5 weeks, they all go to school.
But you know why I'm saying congratulations?
Oh,
because you
because
did
I made it.
Homeschooling.
Oh yes, homeschooling for the
for a
year.
whole season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So congratulations.
Yeah, and stay-at-home mom for 11 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes. So, as she said, we're going to jump right into this. Last week when I got back from vacation, I just kind of got into my home and like just in ruthless kind of style of like, okay, we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this. And we took a bunch of things to Goodwill. And
it's like that. You come back and you're like, if you just walk into clutter, not to say your house is clutter filled.
Totally, yeah.
But you do just want a new season. You're like, get rid of it. Yeah. I'm glad the dog and Scott stayed. That's good. I'm glad that they made it.
And I think because we were gone a month, and so living without stuff for a month, I was like, yeah, we don't need this or this or this. And it was a lot of clothes. And it was funny. It was clothes that my kids had grown out of. And while we were dropping everything off at Goodwill, I got a text from a friend saying like, hey, Fiona, I have a bunch of clothes that my daughter doesn't fit anymore. Do you want them? And these were going to be the next size for our oldest. And so we're always so blessed by hand-me-downs because there's a whole lot of kids to like, what?
But tell everybody what Olivia had asked for.
Oh, she was really, really wanting ripped jeans. Because, I mean, who doesn't? It's what the cool kids have.
Auntie Tisha. Oh, we're cool kids. Auntie Tisha and Mom, you know.
And these are from Auntie Tisha, so she hooks me up. And so, she was just really desiring ripped jeans. And so we got this bag of new clothes for the next season for Livy. And in it was a bag of ripped jeans. Like, how tender of God to just do that. But anyhow, so I just was looking at that scenario that happened that, that our kids, they grow out of clothes so fast. But it just made me think like, okay, we also as Christians, we're maturing, you know?
We should be.
We should be maturing as we grow older, as our walks lengthen, you know, in Christ. And it just made me kind of stop and think like, okay, am I maturing in my relationship with Christ? Am I desiring God in new ways and experiencing Him and knowing Him in new ways than I did when I first learn about Him, or even when I was a kid or in my early 20s? And
I like that a lot.
Ephesians.
Cool.
Go
ahead and read that.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay.
Ephesians 4:22 and 24.
What I was looking for, I'm sorry, I was looking for my magnifying sheet. I had to buy a magnifying sheet because.
What's that?
Oh, it's like a sheet that brings the words out bigger.
What?
And I was just thinking about that, kind of like, you know, sometimes.
Where is it?
It's in my Maria Durso's second book.
So you just lay it on the page and
you lift it up actually, and it brings out the words bigger because I need it. Yeah.
And this is what also happens when we
get older.
Yeah, we get older. And I've already got the glasses, so I just need the sheet now.
Love this verse, these verses in Ephesians 4:22. It starts. It says, "You were taught with regard to your former way of life to put off your old self, which has been corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your minds, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness."
I love that. The new self, this juxtaposition, there's an old self. There's a new self. And in what ways, you know? And it's really been a summer of me kind of stretching my mind, thinking about things that I haven't necessarily thought about, honestly, because I just haven't had the brain matter, you know,
So I got to ask you, okay, so the old, you talked about clothes, but now what is the old and what is the new for Fiona?
Yeah, so I used to not want to have hard conversations or mentally, just more spiritual and heady conversations. I just was like, you know what, like, I got a diaper to change, I got children to make lunch for, like, I don't have time for that, and I didn't have the desire for it. But now that the kids are getting older, now that I am getting older, and as I said, I'm on this edge of a new season where I'm going to have a lot more time of silence, perhaps, that I'm going to be able to think about things and study things. And so I'm beginning to lean in to conversations and topics that I have not. And I give Fiona grace. I look back on Fiona of the past and I give her grace because she was doing the best she could, and she was meeting God in the ways that she could.
Yeah.
But now that I am growing older, like, it's time also for more just growth in my spiritual mind and knowledge of Christ and of his word.
So it's getting rid of the old Fiona's way and grabbing hold of how you're going to lean in. Yes. Anything else?
I think, gosh, we've talked about this a lot of book reading as well. Like, that was not a part of my old ways. And now there's just this hunger for knowledge. There's this hunger for wisdom that has really been ramping up in the past year or two. How about, like, are you, what season are you in of, like?
I definitely don't want to talk about deep stuff. I have no desire. Well, I don't mean deep. I mean theological. Nah, I'm fine. I'm fine with my one verse, and I always say that too. It's like I'm an inch wide, mile deep kind of person. I like to take one little thing here and take it deep. And the Father, He works with me that way too. I don't know. It's just maturing, and I like what you're saying. Your challenge to our friends today. It's just really, what one thing can you do to advance yourself, to grow?
Absolutely. Because, and not just staying in the way that we were. There is an old self, it talks about. And there is a new self, and we are being made new daily. In that sanctification process, it is not a one and done. It is we get to choose to make those incremental steps towards Jesus until the day that we meet him and fully understand him or in his presence.
I love it. And I can only think of having conversations with people, and it starts to go slanderous, or starts to go in a place of malicious. And what part are you doing to kind of step away from that? And in your mind, you're a little bit more aware of the choices that you're making. And then we talked about it earlier too. Are you still just reading a psalm a day? Oh my God! But if you're just reading a psalm, praise the Lord. And I was saying, if you're reading that psalm, stop for a moment and go, if that one line that kind of pops off, are you taking a moment just to stop and to pray and to experience his presence? There's little things that we can do that will advance our maturity.
Absolutely.
And what part are we doing to see that
and
happen?
So I just challenge you guys, this coming season, we have a few more weeks of summer left, and everyone, well, I'm not sure, like, without kids, do you feel that shift when August begins or September begins, or is it all just 1 year?
It's all one.
It's just
gorgeous, gorgeous world. No, you know that I'm caregiving my mom right now, and that has been a challenge to see my mom so bent up with this disease. So I believe there's people out there that have just a seamless life, and then there's times where there's going to be bumps, and it's being able to go, okay, what am I going to do to make sure that I am connecting with God and that I am maturing. And so maybe it is starting a small group that you've never done before, and it's 1 week in person, 1 week on Zoom. Are you reading?
Because so many times in churches, the school year, like the fall, kind of sets things off. Like at our church, life groups will launch again in September. Or actually, no, life groups been going on, but like Awana or our youth ministry launches in September. So seasons are changing. They're going to change soon.
That is our challenge today. We want to see you, the old gone and the new coming, and that we're not in our 7-year-old jeans, spiritual jeans anymore. We got to grow into
being willing to keep growing with Christ. So what can you do this coming season? One step. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.